Tourism in hierdie area. So hartelijk welkom vir almal. My name is Ken Moore. I'm one of the directors of Waterberg Tourism. The program for tonight is going to be a relatively short one. I'm going to say a few words of welcome and give a little background on Waterberg Tourism. Then I'm going to ask the Mayor to officially launch Waterberg Tourism. After that, Judy Groenewald there is going to talk to us about the importance of tourism in the Waterberg. Can everyone hear me there? We have a sound system if you can't, so please speak up. After that, we're going to recognize the people who have already become members of Waterberg Tourism by presenting certificates and business plaques. And then after that, courtesy of Hunter's High, we have a cash bar next door, and there are snacks there as well. So you're welcome to network and do whatever you want next door. By all means, enjoy yourselves and relax. This is what it's all about. We live, I believe, in a very unique place. The Waterberg is unique. It has wonderful weather. We have over 300 days of sunshine a year. We have a lovely clean environment. We have an abundance of birds and wildlife. But to me the most important thing is we have wonderful people. En ek praat Engels en Afrikaans, as ek nie omgee. Ek sal wissel, in meeste geval sal in Engels wees. I believe the people of the Waterberg are happy people, are friendly people, and are looking for an opportunity. And this is why, with the encouragement of the Mayor, we started considering Waterberg tourism, to make the Waterberg a destination for people. Why? Because we have all the assets that I was telling you about. But on the other hand, the Limpopo province is one of the poorest provinces in the country. We also have a very high unemployment rate. It runs in excess of 50%. And the thought process was, if we've got all these assets and all these lodges and all these businesses, why can't we make it happen that we draw tourists in to create more jobs, to train more people so that we can uplift them? If we do that, we're going to have economic upliftment in this area. Values of properties will increase. The people will become much happier, I believe, if they have work. Now you say, well, what is Waterberg Tourism? It is a non-profit company, which means I don't own it. It's not owned by white capitalism. It is not owned by the Black Business Forum. It is owned by you, the community. There is no one owner. It is a community-driven initiative by the community, for the community. And we believe by doing it like this, we will bring together the community and make it a better community for all of us. You say, well, what have we done so far? Well, it was only 6 months ago that the idea was first mooted. And Robin Taylor was there, and Clive Walker, and the Mayor was there. And we looked at this, and we said, you know, we've got to do it ourselves. We respect the government, but they're not going to do it for us. We've got to do it ourselves. And in those 6 months, we've done a number of things with the help of all local people. Annette Swanevelder, we've developed a social media platform. We have a website which is up and running. We are on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and various other platforms within the social media strata. We have developed, I believe, one of the best databases for tourism in the country, thanks to John Lufton sitting there. Poor old John was in hospital yesterday. Here he is today sitting and supporting us. Thank you, John. But we've used existing technology, we've adapted it, so that we can use it for our particular circumstances. So we have a very good database where we're going to put everyone's information on that database free of charge. But if you want to join, then you're going to pay a little bit of money. And I think as an ordinary member, it's £4.21 a day is what it works out to, which is virtually nothing to have ads on the website and have discounts on special events. If you're a founder member, it works out to £2.71 a day. Again, very, very reasonable for what you will be receiving. And there is literature around here, which you can pick up afterwards, which will tell you more of the benefits that you can have. Besides the back end, which is the database, and the front end, which is the social media, we've opened a kiosk. Thanks, Sherry, for allowing us, and James, for giving us that lovely little information kiosk. We've already negotiated with Sandro. We're going to have signs up which says information and pointing people to the information office. The other thing we've done, and we haven't officially launched until tonight, we've already had 3 training courses. Get Training did a course on Monday for breakfast preparation. It was oversubscribed. On Tuesday, we had a course at a practical level for table settings and serving. Again, oversubscribed. Yesterday, we had a social media course for the hospitality industry. Not totally oversubscribed, but a very, very good response. But the response has been so encouraging that Judy and Robin, who's sitting up front here, are going to be coming back on a regular basis. But this is only a small part of the training we're going to be providing for the people in the Waterberg to make it a destination people want to come to. You can have your information on the website, as I've said, by filling in a form here, coming to our kiosk, or going on the web. Very, very simple. They're tick boxes. You just tick what activities you have. It will go into the database, and we will be able to record it. And it will be available for all visitors who come here. If you want to become a member, again, we have brochures here and at the back of the hall. Or see any one of us in these, some people say nice, blue shirts. Cold tonight. But there are people around. I'm not going to introduce the whole team, but it's a team of people who have brought this together. People from all persuasions. And that makes me so happy. But without going any further, I'm going to ask our mayor, Marlene van Staden, who's the mayor of Modimolle and Mokopong, and of course Vaalwater and Elma fall in that area as well. Marlene, if you wouldn't mind.
Thanks, Ken. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Dumelang, goeienaand. Ek sal so skien maak en my praatjie was tussen Afrikaans en Engels hou. My baby is ongelukkig nie goed genoeg nie, maar ek moet dit deliver that well. So, in general, I just wanted to say, one of the reasons I'm so happy to stand here tonight is because actually when we came up with this idea, it wasn't unique at all actually, we just came to the conclusion that if we're going to wait for government to actually start up a Waterberg Tourism Association for us, we might wait for the rest of our lives and not necessarily see anything happening. So initially in 2016, when I arrived at the municipality, I realized that we don't have a tourism association at all. And we decided to actually invite business and product owners from all over the municipality to come to Modimolle and launch a new tourism organization and tourism association for our municipality. And so people sitting here tonight actually attended that first meeting. Some people were elected. The chairperson was initially from Shangri-La in Modimolle. We had people from Mokopong, we had people from Vaalwater that sat on that association. But that association was governed by government through the Department of Local Economic Development and Tourism in the province. And we have lots of lovely meetings and meetings and meetings and people talk. And there's paper and there's more meetings. And nothing. So in 2018 we decided, you know what, I actually took the deputy chairperson of that association, in a link. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here tonight. And we saw people in Britain, we saw people in Modimolle, we saw people in Mukupong, and we saw people in Vaalwater. And we told them all exactly the same story. 1, we need a proper tourism association. 2, we need to work together. We can't all be sitting on our own heaps. 3, we need to do it on our own. We can't actually ask government to do it anymore for any of us. We need to start it ourselves, we need to run it ourselves, we need to fund it ourselves, and when it's up and running, we might then get other people to also buy it. Now, out of all of those people we saw all over the municipality, it's only the people in Vaalwater who then did actually run with it. So if I can please have a big round of applause. Because suddenly people out of Bela phones and say, why is there a Waterberg Tourism being launched in Vaalwater if we don't know about it? I'm like, oh no, you didn't know about it, but you guys just didn't buy in as quickly as the people in Vaalwater, and now they can come and learn from us here. So we are planning to eventually roll it out to all the other towns, similar to what we've got here, because in the end we have to still all work together. People have to drive through Modimolle to get to Vaalwater, so the Modimolle people need to believe in Waterberg Tourism, just as much as the people in Vaalwater. And so should the people in Mukupong. Because if we have them here in the Waterberg, all we want to do is we want them to stay here for longer or to come back. And for that we need to make sure that we know what we're selling to everybody here. So I'm extremely happy to officially launch Waterberg Tourism tonight, because I think this is the start of magic things that is going to happen in the Waterberg. And I can just see in my mind's eye that eventually we're going to be like Hartbeespoort Dam, or we're going to be like Dahlstrom or Clarence or places like that. We'll be an official destination. People in Gauteng will be sitting there on Wednesdays thinking, where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, we're going to the Waterberg. Fine. That's what we want. And we want it to be so that everybody ever searching for anything, if they go out to the internet and they go, what is the top 5 things to do when it rains in the Waterberg? Things should come up. And what's the top 5 things to do with kids in the Waterberg? Something should come up. So that it should be so much in people's faces that they can't not come and visit the Waterberg. And that's the idea we had right from the start. And I really think that what we're doing tonight is just the tip of the iceberg. Because from here, we're going to eventually show them the whole mountain and what exactly it is that we want people to be drawn into the Waterberg and what we've got here to offer. And then I just want to say that I know people always think, if I'm a businessman, how is tourism really going to change my life? Why should I buy into tourism? Why should I form part of tourism? I don't think people realize the economic impact that a tourism organization and a tourism culture or tourism draw to a community can have on the local economy. For people that do petrol stations, for people that have supermarkets, for people that do cell phone coverage and Wi-Fi, for people who do anything, tourism can have a positive impact on your business. And one of the big things that I wanted, and unfortunately I see the guys are not here, I, for example, spoke to the local taxi association, because I can really see how the local taxi association can benefit from tourism. Because we can use them as shuttles and transfers, and we can use them for all sorts of things. So I've already seen them, I've spoken to them, and they are absolutely excited about what tourism can become, and how the local taxi association can officially collaborate with Waterberg Tourism. It should be at such a point, guys, if you go to the local tourism shop here at the Zeedenberg Spa Center, and somebody say, oh, I want to actually do a day trip somewhere. Do you guys have taxis? You go, oh yeah, of course we do. We've got transfers. Local taxi association, the guy arrived, he put his Waterberg Tourism stickers on the side, that he doesn't normally use when he just do normal transfers. Puts his stickers on the side, he takes the tourist out and come back. Why not? And we wanted to get to a stage, if you stop at Puma Garage on that side of town, or Total Garage on this side of town, or at any of the garages in Modimolle or Mukupong, all of the people working there should have a little sticker to say that, ask me about tourism. That's how we should be. We should have everybody at a till in any of our shops in Vaalwater have a sticker that says, ask me about tourism. Because every single person that can ask them about tourism, they can refer them to somebody else, or they can refer them to our tourism shop. And in that way, we can get more and more and more people to go to more and more of the places and see more of what we have to offer in Vaalwater. So it's a big dream, and it's a small start, But if everybody's going to buy in, if everybody's going to think the same, if everybody's going to market, if everybody's going to hashtag Waterberg Tourism for everything that you do, we'll be trending soon. And the moment we are trending, it means people will be here. And that really is what I foresee for our town and for our whole municipality. So, thank you very much for the opportunity. King said I must be very short. You know, I could talk for hours now. So I'll be very short. Thank you very much. And let's give ourselves a big round of applause for the
You can see we've got a dynamic mayor. We're going to have things happening in this area. Voor ek Judy aan die woord sit, wil ek net ietsie ook sê. Ons het hierdie kantoor hier. Dis 'n kiosk, informasie kiosk. Soos ek gesê het, John het baie inligting vir ons bymekaar gemaak in 'n database. Ons het met Ledet gepraat om vir ons 2 mense te gee wat daardie winkel kan operate. They let us stop. We waited 6 months, nothing has happened. So right now, Daleen for Mark, who is in front here, and Fingers over here. I call him Fingers because he's so good with his fingers. But the 2 of them are manning that. I would really love for members of the community to volunteer their time for our shifts. We will train you on how to use the database. Judy will help train you on how to be receptive to tourists. Who knows the area better than you people? You live here. And if anyone is looking for something to do, or you're waiting for 4 hours while your kid's at school and you have to fetch the kid later on, why not go and sit in the tourism office? You'll be surprised at the good coffee you get, nice people you meet, pretty girls who walk past. Oh, John. Ladies and gentlemen, Judy Groenewald started with us. She came here 6 months ago, maybe a year ago, under Waterberg Nature Conservancy to talk about agri-tourism. I was so impressed with her and her knowledge of tourism. She has an MSc in tourism, that she was with the Grading Council and has wide experience. But I asked her to please facilitate tourism for us. I know nothing about tourism. So Judy's guided us and helped us and set the long-term plan of how we're going to develop. And through that we developed a team of about 8 or 10 people, and if others want to join, you're more than welcome. So I'm going to ask Judy now to tell us why she thinks tourism is important.
Good evening, everybody. I'm apologizing ahead of time if I sound a bit husky. I'm not Bonnie Tyler. I'm just carrying something with me. Thank you so much for the invitation, Ken, to speak here tonight. And I can just say that I'm standing here tonight and I'm amazed. What I've seen happen in this community in the last 6 months, I'm not even talking a year, just the last 6 months, is unprecedented. Now, coming from a little bit of an academic background and spending over 25 years in tourism, I've never seen anything like what's happened in the last 6 months. You don't get case studies like this, okay? This is like any researcher's dream. Because what has happened in the last 6 months is that you've had a community with a diverse demographic, diverse tourism product, and a massive geographic distribution come together. And I think what happened was, it was the perfect storm. It was the right time, and the right place, and the right people, and the right atmosphere and motivation that came together. And within 6 months, you have a fully fledged operational tourism association. Destination Marketing Association. Guys, this doesn't just happen, but it's happened, and it's running, and it's amazing. And I really hope that not just the people sitting here tonight, but the people in town and in the Waterberg are going to see what a little gem has come alive. It is really amazing. So when Ken asked me to say a couple of words, I was thinking, okay, right, I need to talk about tourism and the area and how it works and what it is, and stats. People love stats. People love numbers. Hey? I'm going to give you all these numbers about how great tourism is and what it does, and numbers never lie. Yeah, well, a couple of people that disagree with that. I won't mention any names, eh? But I'm not going to talk about numbers. Because I want to talk to you in a traditional African way. I want to talk to you with a story, and with stories, with metaphors. I don't want to talk to you, each one of you is involved in tourism in one way or another. But do you know what you're really selling? So, let me give you an example. I want to go buy a Samsung TV. I want to buy one of those big ones, and they cost a lot of money. So I go to Macro or Game or Dion's and I buy my fancy Samsung, it's in its box, I get my slip, I go home, mount it, plug it in, it's not working. So very upset because it's a lot of money, I take it out, put it in the box, go back to the shop, shout at the keeper, get a replacement TV, go back home, put it on, works like a bomb. What's my reaction? Fabulous service at Macro. They didn't even argue with me, they replaced the TV. And look at how wonderful the screen is. I mean, perfect clarity. Samsung's the best product ever. Happy customer, correct? Okay. Now, when we sell a tourism product, it usually happens with a tourist seeing a picture. And I want to use an example of a beautiful white beach, palm trees, blue sea, and there in the distance you can see a girl, well, long hair, bikini bottom, nice legs from the back. You can see the pina coladas, there you go. Have you booked your ticket yet? Yeah. So what happens instantly, you have a desire to go see it. You want to experience it, yeah. So you book your flight, hey, you got it at a good price as well, and you pitch up there. Nobody told you it's cyclone season. So that white beach is full of debris. The sun is lower in the sky. That sexy girl on the beach, when you whistled at her and she turned around, it turned out to be a hippie. Yeah. Gentleman, okay? No. Speedo, no. And then you went to the hotel and you thought, well, at least I can have a cocktail. Oh, and that looks like a nice creamy cocktail, and you take it for a sip and it's sour. And you are really unhappy, am I right? And then the manager comes and he apologizes for the lousy weather and for the gentleman that's not actually supposed to be on the beach because it's a private beach, but hey, you know, free love and all that. And so sorry about the sour cocktail, but you know what, why don't you stay an extra night? Ask yourself honestly, do I really want to stay an extra night? No, I'm done. I want to go home, but my flight's only leaving in a week. So you sit there and you get more miserable as time goes on. And it doesn't matter what the manager, or the waitresses, or the staff, or anybody else does, that sour taste of the cocktail has soured everything for you. Correct? Okay guys, we are not selling a product that you can refund. We're selling an experience. We're selling a dream. And we create that dream. We create something that we think people want, based on what we have. We're creating a desire. And it's our job to make that desire pay dividends. And sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the weather doesn't play along. Sometimes you go on the game drive and all you see are these funny little ratty things running across the road and you don't know what they are. Not exciting. Like what? Yeah, maybe, I don't know. It could be a striped mongoose. But the point is, guys, that we're selling a product that's more of an emotion. We're selling something that isn't tangible. If I'm unhappy, I can't just go return it, get something that's going to make me happy because I had a dream in my head. Now, as tourism owners, it's our responsibility to make sure that the image that we create is as close as possible to a product that we can actually deliver. And it's not just the delivery. And I think everybody that sits here will tell you, it's the people that make the product. When the weather is horrible, at least somebody can smile and make it better or try to offer you something. When something goes wrong and you've got a manager who's there and rectifies it as soon as possible, that changes it. If you stop to put diesel in your bucky and the petrol attendant smiles and says, "How was your day, sir? Are you local? I see you from Gauteng. What do you think of the Waterberg? Are you for business or pleasure?" Immediately, people's perceptions start changing. So the first thing I want to say to you, remember what we're selling. We're not selling animals. We're not selling beautiful vistas. We're not selling wonderful fresh beers and sparkling swimming pools. We're selling experiences. And all of us are part of making that experience happen. So now we're sitting here, we're part of a destination organization or a marketing organization, and I can already see some people are going, yeah, but you know, the pie is only so big, Judy, all right? And I'm not going to share my slice with anybody. So what you're telling me here is that we all need to share, but you don't realize that pie is really, really small. Guys, tourism is not a pie. It's a spider web. It's a giant spider web. And a spider web has got fixed points, correct? And if one of those points breaks, then the whole spider web starts wobbling. And if another point breaks, then that spider web collapses in on itself and it kind of traps the spider if it's in the middle. What do I mean with that? Each one of you is a point on that spider web. And if you give a sour cream in your coffee, it does this to the web, and the whole web starts moving. And if you drop the ball and you misrepresent a product, or you're not playing the game today and you chase somebody off the property, or you mismarket your product, or you're not interested in working with anybody, you're cutting a strand in that web. And one of two things is going to happen. The web is going to wobble, and everybody else is going to feel it, and it's going to be a weak web. And the slightest breeze or the slightest change in the economic climate is going to make that web blow away. Or somebody else is going to come, the spider's going to come again, and put that point of the web in a different location, and cut you out completely, to strengthen the web. Guys, we're interdependent. And this is not some esoteric thing, this is the truth. We're all dependent on each other. And as much as you think you're selling the same product as the guy next to you, you're not actually. Yeah, sometimes you might get the same guy that goes to different lodges, but you're not the same product. And it's important, vitally important, that you focus on that unique selling point. What makes you you? What makes your product unique? And how do I fit into the web of the Waterberg? Like the mayor said earlier, Bella's there, they're wobbling, they're affecting us here. It's important that we pull them together. So we are right now at the center, let's strengthen our web here. Let's make it strong. Let's pull together. Let's support each other. Stop thinking of it as a pie, let's think of it as a spider web. It's a fragile thing, but yet spider webs are some of the strongest material on earth. So let's strengthen our web here in the middle. Let's take hands, let's work together. We are a small community, I know that. We don't all agree. Sometimes there's a bit of history. Right, let's move past that. Let's connect ourselves to people that we want to work with, can work with, but let's not cut the web off. And all the best destinations in the world have got this spider web happening. Mayor said, let's be a Clarence, let's be a Gulfstream. You know what? Yes, Mayor, I agree with you, but let's go even further. Let's not be Clarence, let's not be Gulfstream, let's be Vaalwater, let's be the Waterberg. Let's be something that blows the rest of South Africa out the water. Let's be on everybody's lips, I agree 100%. But I want people in the next couple of years from Cape Town to say, you know what? I'm going up to the Waterberg. This Cape Town thing, this cold water, hot sand, mountain, nah, go to the bushveld. Yeah? That's what I'd love to see. And guys, that's why I said, when I started my talk, I'm amazed, I'm encouraged. Because your spider web is already working. The fact that you are all sitting here, from different establishments, from different parts of the Waterberg, from different departments. We've got government guys here, we've got private initiative, we've got locals, and one or two people that come from a little bit further than that. But we're all here with one goal. We all want to see this thing work. And guys, what I've seen the last 6 months, this thing's working already. And I just want to say, keep at it. Let's do this. If you know guys that aren't members yet, get them on board. Tell them, you missed a great event last night. Right? Look what's going on the website. Supply information for the database. Approach tourists a different way. Even if they're sitting in another game lodge's game drive vehicle at Waterberg Spa, smile and nod and say, hi, welcome to the Waterberg. Is it going to kill you? Definitely not. Is it going to make them impressed with our town and the Waterberg? For sure. For sure. Let me see if I've missed anything. Right. Actually, Ken asked me to say a couple of things about what has been happening already, but between him and Marlene, we've done such good coverage, so I'm going to keep what I have to say about the training that's happened the last 3 days short. Waterberg Tourism asked me to develop something that we can roll out to the community, to empower the community, our tourism members, and even people that are not yet members, to just kind of work with it and kind of show them how we can improve our product. And guys, there's always room for improvements. We always have to check that we're doing the right thing. We always have to round it up. Always learn a new trick. Never too old to learn. And remember, we're in a vastly competitive environment. We can't afford to really drop the ball. In the past, you would only be competing with other lodges in the area. Now you're competing with lodges in Botswana. The Vaalwater is competing with lodges in the Amazon. Why am I saying this? Because it's not just massive globalization. The rise of social media and the internet has made the tourism competition very, very tight. So we have to make sure that our product is the best that we can possibly offer. And obvious, constant internal quality assurance is vital. And whatever you can do to improve your offering is really worth looking into. And training, I think you can always learn new tricks. So we looked at what would be very beneficial, things that people have already expressed an interest in. And one of the first courses we looked at was breakfast preparation and buffet setup. Because the breakfast is one of the fundamental components of most of our products. Even if we're just a B&B or a guest house, whether we're a lodge, it's the first meal of the day. Now you know what they say about the first meal of the day, it's the most important, eh? Now for some of us that have one night stays, that's the last thing that they leave with. They leave our establishment with breakfast in their tummy. And they're either going to leave happy and satisfied and encouraged for the day, or they're going to leave with a funny taste in their mouth. Remember that sour cocktail, funny people on the beach? It's kind of the same thing. So we thought, well, let's see, how can we remind people that breakfast is an important meal? So we did a course, we capped it at 12 people, because the facilities were very limited. We couldn't afford to put 15 or 20 people in the facilities that we had. And like Ken said, we were overbooked. It was amazing. Even in that small kitchen, you can ask Chef Robin, it was fun. I could hear them hollering in the hall on the other side. And when you got in there, you had guys preparing hash browns, and you had guys doing mince, and there were people doing chicken livers, and there were ladies chopping onion, and somebody was grating cheese, and somebody was busy plating. It was amazing. It was all the chaos of a commercial kitchen, but with way too much laughter. And I'm happy to say that we walk down the street today, and there are people that come and grab Robin around the neck and say, "That was amazing, what are you carrying back?" That's encouraging. Not because people like us, but because they got value out of it, because they felt that it improved. The next morning I got a phone call from 2 establishments who sent their people on the kitchen training. They said, "Thank you very much. I have somebody whistling in the kitchen. They're actually happy to cook again." Guys, sometimes all we need is just to be encouraged again, especially in hospitality. We work long hours with weird people that are not always very friendly. So it's nice when you're encouraged. Yeah. Excuse me. Remind me that I tell you the story about a guy who complained to me his ice was too hot. Yeah, but that's a story for another day. So that's encouraging. That's encouraging, guys. Training should also be motivating. So the next day we did table service and setting, and we focused in on a more formal setup. Now always, we all have our own way of doing things because all our establishments have got a specific character. But what we aimed to do was to train the service staff with a baseline. So that even if you no longer work at Bob's Lodge, any other place you work, you're going to do a great job because you understand the basics. And some of the waiters said, "You know what, I actually forgot that that's what you're supposed to do." Great stuff. So you know it, but you've forgotten how to do it. That's good as well. Great feedback. As I said, once again, I come to look at my facilitators having a ball of a time with all the waiters setting up tables and practicing serving with each other, having all kinds of decoration ideas and table layout ideas. But also, something that I did not mention that we focused on with both trainings. The first half of the training, not half, the first quarter, was about health and safety, personal hygiene. And one of the comments I got was, "Yeah, you know, you need somebody, you employ them, you teach them how to cook, and you forget to tell them how to wash their omelets." It's important. It's really important. And I know I'm being a bit gross and graphic now, but I think we're all in the service industry, I can be honest with you. And it's vital. It's very, very important, not just because of the spread of disease, but how I look reflects my establishment. As a waiter, I'm front end. I'm the face of the establishment. If I'm sitting there and I'm like, "Hey, yeah, sure, come sit down, good to see you," yeah, people feel really welcome. Hey, no, not really. We want friendly, professional waiting staff. Keep to the left. Serve properly. Keep your hands clean. The top of the glass belongs to the customer, the bottom half is yours. Those type of tricks. And it was very successful. And we were very encouraged by the response we got. And then yesterday, we did a social media for hospitality business training session. And what this session was about was a lot of people are making a lot of hype about social media. And I've heard some clients tell me, well, I said if I'm not on social media, then I'm never going to sell anything ever again. Great. I hear you. But social media is not the holy grail. It's not going to solve all your problems. It's just another tool in your marketing toolbox. And before you can start twittering away or hooking on the face or doing whatever you need to do, you need to understand how it works and how it can work. So of course yesterday I focused on empowering the people to understand how social media really works. And then what do I put on it? That big word, content, that everybody is talking about. What is content? How can I develop content? What do people want to know about? Now, once you understand that, then you know, what do I put on Facebook? What do I put on Instagram? Do I need a Twitter account? Do I have a guy that can hold the phone steady so I can have a YouTube video? And that was also good, because a lot of people walked out and said, oh, I thought you were going to sit there and bore me with click right and double click this and then this will open. And now I actually feel that I know what to do with all this technology, this social media and this Instagram. I feel I know what to put on it now. You know what? Mission accomplished. Now we can start talking about exactly how to plan and roll out your Facebook ad campaign so it doesn't cost you 3,000 Rand instead of 300 Rand. So in that regard, we worked out small courses, basic day or half a day workshops, just to help people be encouraged and get more knowledge and get a little bit of a different perspective on what's going on. And like Ken said, the feedback was so great. I can see us coming back several times. Although we specialize in in-house training, this setup worked really good and the interaction was fabulous. So a destination marketing organization that looks at a broader spectrum like that looks at how can we improve and keep our standards up. Because guys, it's not just about changing what you're doing. Please don't think that's what it's about. It's about keeping the standards there. And then lifting it a little bit, but keeping it there. It's all fair and well that we all run out the gates at 5-star and 6 months later, people don't even want to sleep in our beds because we can't maintain the quality. And then that's what's going to be keeping that web together, making sure those strands are tight, shiny, that they catch the dew and the hojas that we want in that web. In other words, our tourists. Please don't tell the tourists I call them hojas. They're not hojas. They're not prey either. Okay? But that's what we want. We want them to stick to our web. We want them to stay. We want them to come back. So, like I said, I'm like super encouraged. And I just want to say well done to all of you. Because we spoke about it this morning. Every place that we've walked in to have a meal, people not knowing where we're from, has been exceptional. The people have been great. And I'm really encouraged. There we go.
Before we recognize the people who have supported us during this first 6 months, I want to say this is, as the previous speakers have said, this is only the beginning. We are planning on having hospitality meetings for the tourism and hospitality industry on a regular basis in the future, where we will get recognized speakers who know what they're talking about, who will share their ideas with you. We will bring people together so that we can discuss what we need to do as a community to make Waterberg the destination that we want it to be. We have been very fortunate in getting over the initial hump by having a number of people join us as members. What we would like to do tonight, if you will indulge us just for a few minutes, is to call out the people who have supported us. We'd like them all to come up here. Figures, if you wouldn't mind turning the screen off and we'll move this back. I'd like to call the people up to come and receive not only a certificate certifying that they're a member. See, even the mayor's working. We're also going to be presenting them with a plaque which says, a proud member of Waterberg Tourism. We would love the businesses or the establishments or the activities who have become members to either put it above their entrance door or in the window outside the business or the activity that they have, and be proud of it, because we're hoping by doing this we'll show other people that there's a good way to do it and that they should join the cause as well. I'm going to call out the names, and if representatives from the different organizations would come up to receive the certificate. Bullseye Taxidermy. Now, I've had an apology from Craig Piddock. His daughter is in a play at the academy across the road, so he unfortunately can't be here. And I believe Orchard Guest House is ill, so the people responsible there are ill and haven't sent their apologies. African Wildlife Auction. Is anyone here from African Wildlife Auction? Okay. The Ant Collection. This is Ant's Nest and Ant's Hill Bush Homes. These are silver medals. If you could come around the side. Next while Tess is coming up, Lindani, Sam from Paula and Peggy, thank you so much. The next is Johannes Kleinhans from Berchtesgaden Game Ranch. Unfortunately, he has guests, and he called me about half an hour ago to say that he was not able to make it tonight, and he sends his apologies. But then we have an interesting one, and this is where the mayor is going to have to present a certificate to herself, because she believes so fervently in this that she had Modimolle municipality join us. Hold up your certificate.
For those of you who don't know, Mr. Tema is the area manager for the municipality in Vaalwater. But we are also founder members.
My boss, Petrus or Charmaine? Christus, is goed. Christus. Inzalo Safari Lodge. Anyone here from Inzalo? Mushudu Lodge. Yes, I know you are here. Inyati Wilderness. Anyone from Inyati Wilderness here tonight? They are also silver members. The Dry Game Lodge. I don't think Nick or Elma Maritza here, they're advocates and working in Pretoria. Wilde Aventur Game Farm. Hello, Savas. Welcome. Everyone knows Savas. Zongama Investments. Anyone from Zongama here? Oh, there we go. Then we have 5 people and or lodges or businesses who joined us as gold members. Someone from Mokabi Lodge. Richard Lynn. Very proud that Kolola Game Reserve has also joined as a gold member. Jim Visa, David or Justine. Oswald Jakob Safari is also a gold member. tonight is Shambhala Game Reserve. There was someone from Shambhala.
Yes, they were here.
Oh, they had to go to the school. But, ladies and gentlemen, there were other gold members as well. We cut this off last Friday because we had to print the certificates. And I'm proud to say that at least 5 other people have become founder members in the last few days. It's helping us to buy the equipment we need in the information kiosk. It's helping us to create a facility which we're all going to be proud of. Sorry.
I need to get you the photos. It's in your certificate, it's fine.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings to an end the 3 minutes. But, hello, Dean. Well,